Hello there and welcome to the Reflection Show with me, Martha and Twice. Today we want to give you an amazing conversation with our fathers. You know, if you followed our series of the interviews we've been doing with our projects with Northstark under the Power to Youth project, we are looking at how we can reduce teenage pregnancy in Tamale, in Northern region, and in the Malshegu community, where we have met great stakeholders who are believing and understand that teenage pregnancy can be reduced with everybody coming on board for this. I'll be speaking with three amazing fathers who are geared towards making sure that this is something that one day would come to an end in Malshegu. And we just can't wait. We want to look at the role of fathers in reducing teenage pregnancy. And I believe that every father out there will be willing to hear or listen to a thing or two they can teach their daughters or even their sons. But let's see how it goes. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. It's still the Reflection Show with me, Martha and Spice. We are looking at the role of fathers in reducing teenage pregnancy. All of us have a vital role to play in reducing teenage pregnancy. Thank you very much for joining me on the show.
Thank you very much.
I will ask you to tell me about yourself. So you tell me your name and your community. Let me start with you.
My name is Alassane Abdullahi. I come from Malshegu.
Okay.
My name is William Sandin Abdul. I come from Malshegu.
Okay.
My name is Alassane Abakari. I come from Malshegu.
Okay. Let me start with you.
Okay.
Teenage pregnancy. Are you happy about it?
No, I'm not happy about it.
What do you think we can do?
Hey, for us to do something about this teenage pregnancy, unless we control our houses very well. Otherwise, it's not good for the children to be pregnant all the time like that.
Okay. You can say it in that man if you are comfortable. You can
I
mix
can
it.
do so. I can do so.
Yeah.
So for us to control it, unless we sit together, plus this and the children, the woman will be there, I too will be there. Then we'll discuss about it, how teenagers pregnant, the causes of it, and how it will, affect them in later. So when we discuss it, then I would start telling them about not to going out, not to go to school and join this and the bad groups. And then sometimes, if you a man want to control it and then the woman don't want to control it, you can't do so, because all the children are sleeping with their mother.
Okay.
So when you go out and then come out, you will think that all the children are inside with their mother. Okay. Not knowing that they are not there. You can sometimes ask them that whether that is and the children are there or the children are not there. The woman will quickly come out and tell you that the children are there and they are not there. So unless to control the teenager pregnancy, unless I and my wife sit together and then we become one. If we are not coming one, we can control them. Sometimes the women they are giving them money to go to Kayayo. So when they go to Kayayo,
really,
when they go to Kayayo, they'll get the pregnant from that side. Even aside that, they will have some sickness or some disease, bringing it to the house. So unless we come together and control them, tell them that, oh, this and this, and then we'll tell them the effects of it.
Yeah.
You see the point? So every night, all the night, even if not always, you can have a day, then you sit with your children and discuss with them.
Yeah.
But don't use shouting cannot control them.
Yeah.
Or using cane cannot control them. To me, unless you use advice, then you advise your children very well. Before somebody advise them too.
Yeah.
But if you are waiting for somebody to come and advise your children for you, master, you will not get something from there.
Yeah.
So unless I and my wife sit together and then control our decision, our children not to going out, not to join the bad groups in the schools, and then also the pornographic films. They have been seeing things like that. We have to control it and tell them that they shouldn't watch that things. Even a child is not up to 18 years and you are giving a child a phone, that one they will control it in the house. We tell our mother that no, we need not to give the phone to the children by heart for them to watch what is inside the phones. That will cause them having the teenager
getting pregnant.
So
Okay.
all these things we have to control it, but we shouldn't wait for somebody to come and then tell our children that don't do this and this unless we start it in our house.
That's
if
true.
you don't start it and they just grow up, you can't control them again.
Okay.
So as now, we have to start training them how effects of the teenager pregnant and how it will cause them. And then you can show one people for example. You can say, oh, you don't want to be Lordina Mahama, or future you don't want to be like Lordina Mahama.
Yeah.
So if you are telling your children like that, they also I also want to be like John Mahama's wife. So I also be like this.
That's
so
true.
that can make our children becoming let's say controllable people.
Yeah.
So that's good for us to do that.
Okay.
But teenager pregnant is very, very bad.
It's very bad.
We
Okay.
need not to participate it.
Okay. Mr. Williams, let me come to you. Teenage pregnancy. Are you happy about it? And as a father, what do you think you can do to reduce teenage pregnancy?
I want to have the one.
Okay.
To nka so pele be na kama so pele kan kan bibi puye to to demi nye shaman san be man ti hapuni tinne to no sham nyang nyala taman to pawa anzang amna pajile kai nan ban nan sa yin kai ti nan sa yin ka to ya pa ma ya ma ne tun pot tin potama be tin do be ma to do ba ni be sate ngubti tum nan gban yin ngum suba ti to kurga ka ta she tin ye ban be wahlan tin kulum tam ni so sumne tin nan gban nan gban yin to ai to a pamala kai zanan nan gban yin to nyang ya mo so shan tan chan bi ha pulo dama ay yilo o gbanan tihe so bi an wasa to kurwe ka bi ha ka bukata din yan liho dama tin ali tin kama tin da gban pulo so de su ya panka te dabu mo to malawe ka chate de te paba da awa ku ne su ya pampun ba paba dabu to dan malawe ka chate paba so ay yilo de tuna ku no su pe yo in bonne a munan sa yin ma bonne munan sa yin ni te kan ka bi ha to buba so ai zan ai di in saxoma ka to bobi ma ven yelanga ka sebe tam ami 7b8 bitun da bi ha za ha de bebedu ka ku yi in chan yirin so ai yela pa la ka pa wunta so di plure yin la yin to nyang ye bi ha kan to ke ka pa ma ba ami tumun ban je mo ma tin ye za yini to bi man so yitin nan pa mo ka ban ba sa ba na ni mo ka ye she ni ku bang ni ka man gal ko no ma o mo nan gala wo ka so mo kan ba bi ni pse ka de ka dalre so a ke ka pa ma bang no ti pse bi ma ay ku na mo ku kelle mo ko yele o na gala she ka pse ma o do nan gala bana ku pse bo so ay ke ka pa ma bang la ke ta bang la ka bobi ha so yitin o yitin no ma sha ka so sa ba na on bang apa ni bang o yi dan da pan ya ma shamna la ka bi won ka shibo ma an kuno ban garga
Okay.
amma din ka azan pa shi yin ami dala gema so ban bot bi ma so bi ya te kunan gala ka pa o bi ya te kunan gala ko mu an yel shamna pa to la ko yan bobi so ka ce ka bi na gala an ya ka dala ciwo so sahla busa ke garken te ntungu men yahre aswon ka so yama ni o sa yama bison ka to yo garken ma bai garken ma yulun wo ka ku ga ta kan ya garken ma ka yul bai bisa ni sabian sai fela bi ma mun sa fe o yin o basana tai musa kwa un sa bian ka sa fe ko bata sai san wana ti nguhi wannan sham kan fe bo ni so ni ku fe bi nku fe bo yirin kaman mbi yi ti mpi lare o ku to dile ni san she ngu so rin bi hamba na wan san yila ntuba ai pi lo ya pi lo ka dila pi ye be so pi lo ka so adile kwa yam malen ni mbi she npalni aman kala ni mlo so la kan san tuba ta ta se suno chen kan bi ko shi ne pin san ta tuma nirmani kai ni mban kan na in kan tin ko shi ne pin ka kwal na nyele ko mal na ka so bo hanu la ni ka bi mo kwa de lo yin shi ka bi mo pin lo ka bi ka san na mai ko mal na kan yo yen malen ni mbi she kwal ne yam ko bi lo she kan san la ni ma den le ba so ni yelbala ni la ku nzang la salti ma mpa santma so o bombo o bosi ya ni la ni gba na mchan na she gwa na kan yo so on bo ni zalgo beti ma so o bo satwa
ko sata ka de ka to nan da la
ka to nan la to so to sai tumuntu pa ma ni nan gban yini ka to san kama do tel pe din ti ya na sa kama tin ka sahane ta pa ma jin ma do ba ko sala tin je ba shan ma tin ka sahane ta pa ma na ya ma do ba pa ya nke ka te be ma kar won su ba ma kar no ton ti ma sa ne ta pa ma jina anya ka te be ma ba le te te biahu
okay
bende ben tin to tun yang tan bor ma
okay to afa bokar no man mike boka mana party en nang sham ka bebe wala banang
ma ye to sel la bebe pour ma nkab happy la nkasopia la ye to kama pour ma bima ma ponna de ye to kama sa to be pour ya sa ya nga bay tamata pour ma te bima ne den tune te bob tap ka mom wa bana ka pak ba mom wa bana bi marga ye dan non to kalan ka tabak dom mun tu nya bane samban ka saksala bahana ka tazahalam bangla tambiro ma amon ku nya te ruban biya ama bi bane bi pombala bi debla ko chen ne she ana to biya na to fasola amma bam ya yen faso ko la yang ka dia te hire to she dito pa nan do preje no ko bi ka butanongo ka ta tukla ra dan di ceka ta za ha kila barka dun ma ta yi she mo ma to zo te ban ma ya bare ka don wannan ya ban zo sam wannan ya ban kan malla bana na zo voi ma za ku ba voi ma za ku ba triem mama nyang ya la ti pirla so ne bien je diam na ka bi te ye to she ko fia bima kabima ko te yelo o ma ko bon mo porta la mo ko no preje hal ko ta ka te no la ta ka fia bo ko le fio
ko fia bo bima so de mala first ma bara bi nyela so kam dia
bi nya so kam bi to
ai de ka so bua gba ka kuli ngan chance gel gba bi en bua ma pa he
ata pir yang ay ni hla ni ko ya haka ta bohla ruwa to man biyan yala shi ta kin biman na jiya dem na ma ka pa ko te he yema fami gula ki pi on le yala ka shi wala bisa bandi da ye o yema ne ko ko pa no ma ko pelo baso o ba ko pelo baso ngo chi da ye ko yala cha ba yala na to ko te yala pa ni so kan za ko karabana ne ka ta la tamo terus biste ta yi di bangla la ni sa ko to fia bi hala bi shi bo den yen to danse ayen shi bo ko ban ne kamane wannan shama galaba ko sa kula to za ti ne ko yele te ya ga ta ma na to ta mambo bambo dormon je samla mo ki za ko wa kan kulnya nya ban ka sakhala ba ko number ga yi ne yele to shi no so de ke muka aku lihra ma bi ban ko ka ta yuso du ka pika ta ko be samra no de
to yele
aka yan yesha abu mi yan yesha ga na ma yalla ka Carbusunya, Angela Jangan Lukun, can you Pierland, Dapalmonobia, Cabumila, Gilmasa, Casona Carne, Carcunyum, Cambo Valley Bigima, Mamma Uncle Camon be Zumi.
I say, Pastor Monachum,
can ye Valley can sound Latin Barcoki, in Janaka, Bang beside Bandua, Cabang, Kawakam Barki, Ipaje. Torini, Obama, Bipoma, Banila, Pierlana. Come and leave your chance to you on the Spanish. Was a hamo, or such what I don't know, Mamma, in will begin on your but I live in young, I'm a Babayama. I'm going to sell you beyond the line, that it ever cut his ma. Tis a kumantak behind and young Branco to Branco to
Okay. So I think one of the key things they are saying here is that, you know, in the olden days, we always say that a child belongs to everyone in the community. So when you see that someone's child is going astray, you have the right to discipline the child in public. But now you cannot discipline someone's child. You will be seen as you are abusing the child's rights, or even the parents of that child can even get offended with you. So if parents can go back to that, getting their children to be disciplined by people that are very close to them, that can reduce a lot of these things that is affecting them. And also, there should be unity between the father and the mother. And then Mr. Williams highlighted that it's true, the love or the unity, or let me say effective communication between parents is no more there. So they are not able to come together to actually discipline the child to reduce some of these teenage pregnancy instances. So he gave a very practical example where he has told his children that if they see money on the floor and do not bring the money to him and spend the money, he has a third eye. And that third eye sees everything that they do. And that helps them being disciplined and alert all the time. So if parents can have some of these strategies to help their children to stay disciplined, that can help. So the child picked up 25 cedis when they were at an event, and the child brought it to him. And a colleague said, how can a child pick up money and bring it to you when children of these days want a lot of money to spend? Then he said that he has disciplined his children in a way that they are not able to spend money anyhow or do certain things without his consent. And his wife has also confirmed to his children that yes, their father has a third eye. So if you do something without his notice, he might keep quiet about it, but he knows what you have done. So if the mother is able to support him, the children would will fear the father or the parents, and they know whatever they do, they'll be disciplined. But if the father says that and the mother says, oh, you are lying, you don't have a third eye, it means that effective communication or that unity between both parents will not be effective. So parents or fathers should be able to instill discipline first before anyone can instill discipline in their house. And that is something that we all must take very seriously. Now, let me come to you again on this. Most times, there is so much pressure on the daughters. Girl child, don't go out. But the boys too, do you advise them as fathers? Do you advise your sons?
Yes, I've been advising them.
Okay.
The same like the girls. If I ask the girls not to go out, the same as I ask the boy to not to go out. So if you go and then something happened to you, my hands are not included. So I've been asking my boys not to do that.
How would you feel if your son gets a girl pregnant? Would you blame the girl or you blame your son?
No. I will not be happy. I will blame myself and blame the girl too. Because I'm not.
You blame the girl?
I'll blame myself because I'm not control my girl very well. That is why.
No, I mean if your son impregnates somebody's, yes. So if your son impregnates Mr. Abukari or Mr. Williams' daughter, how are you going to feel?
No. I will not be happy. I will not be happy. Maybe my child is not up to a year, and then if he just pregnates somebody's child like this, I will suffer because he has nothing to do. So my son will put pressure on me.
The responsibilities will now be
on me again because I'm taking care of your school. You haven't finished your school, then you pregnant somebody's child. Then it will be a problem again. So I will not be happy at all. So that's why I say.
Okay, let me ask you this before I come back to them. I remember 2 weeks ago when we had the orientation for the community stakeholders.
Yes.
One key thing that came was interference from chiefs and political leaders and all that. So let's say if a girl gets pregnant, and I think Mr. Bukari was so passionate about that conversation, that if a girl gets pregnant, maybe the father wants to take the boy on or get them disciplined, people will come and say, oh, they are one family, don't do that. How does that affect that? And that also makes teenage pregnancy continue. What do you have to say about that?
No, that one they are no. If listen, your child, my son pregnant somebody's child, they will take it to some places, or it will be
Chief Palace.
The chief palace. Then I will just go direct and then tell the chief that no, let us punish my child.
Are you sure you can do that?
Yeah, I can do that. Let's punish my child for this.
You will not go and beg the chief that chief.
No. If I beg the chief, no, that one for punishment is different. I can go home. I'll know what I can tell my child. It's also a punishment. I'll know what I'll tell my child not to do it again.
What if they want to arrest
But if I just go and tell the chief that forgive my child because he don't know what he's doing, forgive him, then people will copy it. But if I also present that, the child, what the chief, even if I say, chief, what you need to do to my child, do it to him, so that the rest will take a lesson. Then people will know that, that one is not that this is my fault. But if I just go, chief, leave my child for me. You see, we are family, we are this. Then next time the next one will also do the same thing because I'm not the first one did something, I not do something to him. So unless I just make myself that what my child do, I'm not happy about it. I will let the people know, and then my child to know, and the woman, my wife to know that I'm not happy about it. For the followers to learn this.
Okay. So what if they want to arrest your son?
When they arrest my son, when they arrest my son, I will just go there and then make sure that what my child did is not the right way. You see the point? But I will let them punish my child. I'll just tell them that
they should punish your child
do something, not big. No much punishment. No much punishment.
So that's all the interference.
So you just punish my child, but no much punish. I will know what I can do to him.
Maybe what you will do is not enough.
No, I'll just tell them that. I know you have to do something. They have to do something. I will not let my child know that I give them some son to do something. I'll just tell them do something. But when he comes home, I also know what I can do. But I will not tell them that just give my child to me or begging giving my child or they give my child to me like that. My child will continue this and doing this teenager pregnant again. So all this is no, I will not accept.
Okay, I'm glad that one father is saying that he would instill discipline. Mr. Williams. Yes, anything to add to what he said?
So my name is Sharon Hankan. Do you know that be into so be something pula? So uncle Janka Zalgo, yen so on shaka yelo. Zalgoma, Mangboka ya. So burns on a channel, be it Zangway to Hunamanasia. So unka yoko share. I'm a plue the Punsum Nindam chicken be maba. Zalgo Bianme, I know Canon Zalgo no dear. So I to Brozalma, Laza Madra. Yumbang the parent in my yasha now put time Zalgo Kamba Umbadwell. By bro announced by no announcement, but I can't hear Canyon Bianco can't pomai. So the similarity to command to book a tata behind. Katichaka bound Zaludeno Zalmano to Jim Munosaha. There's always in the Mashashe. Kabaka about and the Bam Muromi.
A Euro, but
Yeshen, Mamma, duk to ta ka gu kala bon bor shama ka bunu no so sumne sa ka tan to hawa ntirwa kama ay to yin tinun mo yan na ay yin tu sun mo yan na kama ne tin inda nya bi nga hawna san brana kama wasu tim kama tinin da tinin ka tan bangle ama din da gultin na da ti puya na bunda na shama duku ka ta ha ka ti pa ko ti da la pa ka bana yo so brana ban san nan lulugni so ban shara kan ti ma so ra kama bada sa ma sa son ka ka ti bi ma so ko be am boltim na ti pes foli in yala dunya yin kwale ka nyula pim so ka ti vura so mun to ko kwale ma o ta sa ye no mun kwale so kara guka ta ka ke ya shana kaman trapin shin da she ka to hariya to so dum won ma sa ai zan non vaso laka bunda san vaso ma so tun po kaman da to ba ka bana ya mane ne dinda ku nan ka bugu ka ta tan ka po shin da so ka bana banda yele amma dinda ku ne nun ka ta be fi yan gilma ne kama na ai so bunyala ayan zulayin poi katna zan yi ban tinan ne so da buka tate so man ku nye ti zo asham ti tamun ti be mai jina ti sasrwa kan ka zan ma go para ami sai go belu zalma de to di mangunya la no yi bergale so ti san so bi ti puwa so zalma ndi o mi so man ba bi zan ba bi ti puwa an ba kwan kyam kam la ni mati shin kan yo mangle amma me ka sa bien kan yela mu so to ku yim di yan ka ka sa ma tuntuma de pa muna to asoro amma ti ka sa ma tuntuma kan na de buka tae ban binya la no to ti mba por da para la ora ku kan shi kun to ku sa shi kun ma yim kan ba por ma zo shi yo ni ko yilo ko en be ka sa shi kun ma ni ko yilo ko en be ka na la ka yin zan na la mba puma obi ma nyi obi tulu so ko yin zan ntim nvu bi ma lafsna ko chan hatin na zunzun obi enum nirba o tu zobi nirba ata bunirba yin na doten ma kan ba nyi teacher bisa kemsel ma on buka taka kemsel ma ben yin ma be ko chan ta ba yel ma o tu zobi ma ni jasna be dolo na ba karnye yusun zanti la mba perma tozo to ko man ko ya shamya ti jini tin yat bi ma ya mangale ai tin nungu sal birmi amun nun ka sal ma ti dira man ba man yura ma ka sal ma ya kari ko.
Okay, so I was just asking them what they also would do if their sons are found wanting. So at the end of the day, if your son has impregnated someone else's daughter and your son wants to be arrested, what are you going to do? And their focus is that, first of all, they need to let their sons know the consequence of some of these actions. They need to be able to understand that you can't eat your cake and have it. So as a young person or as a young man, you need to be careful of some of the things that you do, which also goes beyond just having a child or having a son. So they are all talking about effective communication among the father and the son. Effective communication, spearheaded or outlining the consequence of all these things that might happen. I want us to take a break. We'll be right back.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Mark is King for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of kingdom dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Welcome back from the break. We are still looking at the role of fathers in reducing teenage pregnancy. Afa Bukari, apago benja shamaza bulakati nang as fathers kacheka baby polabelan nang marshal.
No kunyela shemnyela obayela ma ko yezala ma da so kan bare dunta zala kuma ti ke ka san zalma ka wi san le tuntuma ka shelen na shele na subi proti so subi ya la so ko be so no pi hadana ka re ko yen dio ma ka re dio den to ti bambenya ba yam ai na won yi yu sheba adan to ti sheba yam ko kula bosala to amma ma nange ma ka bisa chan na yilbi bisa chan foko so se ka yala ka ta ba par la yala ma ya sa unyem bila ma obama ga so obama ga shene ban ma sha bya ma she ban lan to na ya to zo tri so rai ban hal ne ye shon ban de le tun da ba zalla sa ba ka tam la sa ma so ban ma bi she ban ma bi shi yo ben shi yo ma nyini yo mo no la o ngono fu ngono borka no wala o kasara maji o se san kana so ka ke o se san kana kuma na shi bo da yoga dilan ga ta shi hada yoga dai kan nan so ka ke kama ti ye kele ka shi to so ka da shi ne sar kuma ji mo ka yala ka ta zo no pi hada ne la ma o ban kan da ban kan ya su ji biya tendrong ma bawu hore shi bi kam kulan to be kulan sa pela ya la mana to mana ne ma sha
and sometimes pasara ma beta mana ma ya mene sometimes e botar bala azra
ai be mala jire inda be ya tanda shin da shi ai ko dai su wanda to rufe tara ku mi la bi ma ka sai ne la jiro na ko do so so ya ko odon yo ya mo so ngon pon ka po agba den yan jibu ko ni ngom la kan jiro o banam ma la ma ba shi kuna da ta nyin me to so be yalla den mo ci sa ne to shan ban to bi la ma shi kuna jo man bi na man bo ma shi la shi wala dira ya kan yo dana ban nan re kan yo kima no haki ke no badi ma shi no ka to na bana ta bu no san tiro da kayina ta to bi yalla dan to nan ka yaksha ka to bela ka din san pe ka pang ba ya banam bam ba bela ya ande kum ban to tlan ka bi tum non che ben sa ko to o yi tan on ba jiro mo ko la ndo so no jang te to tri sak so ma ba bien ka la wo khara no bi a jiro o di pulon ye pa na o ko la nang la da to so mir ko mon la banam ma ba ni mo takle po ka na po asala ko nanye shi ama ba nyun takshap ke sang asala ko sang mo maran tanya ya soal to so bom ma aku me bno na shi ni en dirle to ke ka tele la bi ma so me to shi
yeah so he's saying that a lot of the girls, or we say the young people, you know, they have been this notion that the fathers do not support them financially, so they are able to live well in school. That is why they are tempted to go and follow men or boys to be able to afford or provide their basic needs. And he is saying that there are some fathers who provide the basic needs for their children, but they do not actually even see that as anything. So he has given us an example where a young girl takes money from his father and goes to sleep in a guy's room. So when they are in school, he runs from school, goes to be with a guy, and he does everything, or practically living with a guy as if they are married. And some of these things is very disheartening that sometimes they are unable to even give out more support, but they are really, really doing their best, and they hope that their children can really support them when they want to take care of them. Mr. Williams, you want to say something on this? Okay, let me come to Mr. Williams and I'll come back to you.
To come on, come to your shaman. No, you want to come on to be him. Bunyama so bini ne she ka bwale mu kon yela ma ka ma chang ta pipi na kan te kan ko yema ni nyo di samina so mini di kermang ama dingmala de fin ya mun ba ina ma bi ma bana kana shukuru manda pan yala so mun ba be senior high kan mun ba be university so dina kwa kalai ne ti darne maturba so be kunya ne she kaya ma oba no yeto agba won pimi kan kana ko yelma yiti inde yor kan de mbo la ma kan taba kan banya yelma le ndama ti bun borsha ka tabu nan turba be yiti kashe to nan turba dun tun geshelma to nan ka de ti ndolna na te dabu pam to okutubin shayul on ko tili she ko do ka ban shashe yidin na so la so sa mpache kan dir la she dan be no bora ma kan le ni le anya karanya la tunya ha bun na nan sa to bu so na batara so the mon ma ba yepa dan ma dan tai ka gu na ndan yi bor mo kan mbato nan antama be kan ma ban nan tama na sa bokale mbor ka do tu yohamma
Yama.
To ma shen kan ma ba ke kala ban shan ban nan bi haupu ne kama tun ku bi haupu ma tumi shabbi ne baka ku ka zaza so obi yan ku yol na kala yolan bu ni so fara ba pa hala te bibi pulma so bi ha ba sa an ba ya duk pam ba kan te tan fara so bi yama o bo no bi la ama charisma ti kem ko ka kummo ko man kema piya ka kummo ko tete nti swar ntelo do chan dana ko dum no tuno bi
So now I will translate what Mr. Williams said later, but now I want to find out what is your advice to other fathers, because I see that all those here are willing to commit to that, but we see that a lot of the fathers are not doing well. What is the advice we can give to fathers?
I'm just advising my colleagues fathers that they should also take example like those who are controlling their children in the house. So they should also start training their children in the house, not going out and do bad things, not watching the pornographic films, not to go to school and join the bad groups, all of this. So if they started advising them like this one and then telling them the effects of the teenager pregnancy, and then the drugs abuse, tramadol and what, they have to start and then advising them not to take that.
So you think it's a factor of teenage pregnancy?
Yeah,
like as a father, you think that it's one of the causes that made the young boys do that?
Yeah, there's the causes.
Okay.
There's the causes. If you just train your child not to doing this and this and then tramadol and whatever. Some people because of that thing that they started doing all these things. So if you just take tramadol, you can do whatever you want to do. So if you started advising your children not to take all these things, then that one would have better, so that it will make your children become leaders in the future. Good leaders in the future. But it's good for us to advise our children all the time. But I'm appealing to my colleague fathers that they should continue training their children and advising them not to go and join the bad groups in the schools.
Okay. Mr. Williams, what is your advice to other fathers?
So no mention ye bilam taba ni en conscience yela te sang tum kama ka tabe ma matete ka do ban chika ka be ma ka da biam biam so no matete sa bima no to me to ashe kama wani zamra almala an yo shem to yi ho hankal na pashe ngunu ti hanu no shema be yan ba mo so no yela ma da biam biam so no so ai be ko mura on tu so da biam no yela on mo chama ke dan sa den nan da na san zanta so man ma shem in pense se be lamba lutum ne ti wo ta be ma yorlam ka ce ka bana ti yurba badan she so wina ka ce ko bana itna mo ngo so kam na ma din ce ka sa ti be kamano be se mo be ka sa ti garma na so kam do ala bi kam ti sumani bi ma satinye warle be ni kama la ni chang shukuru sa kama Jesus tala du tum ni ti hanya bi ma on sati in chang training ko on bo bi o bo te do ko bi an to chang yo be ko chang la ti chang so ti cha ka yulum ka to bi ma ka mata ti ka to bi ma ka ti ya man da pan ya ni ma halpam mamu swara ma halpam ma bi ma mi ma halpam kale mi ni yelman ni yurba pam ai no no ko jam ka bang na shema do pala kon sui amna no to kana ya to na shema to la kana sa la ka bor ni so mo pa ha te bilamba te wo te sahamba ama kale wo ha yurla
Okay. Abubakar.
أنا ماشي كتبتي ترى كتبتم دي لا ترى تيل تلامونه دوما يوم ترى بفولنتير شركة تخرجات بيبيل ما كياما مريكاني دوما هذا يوم ماشينا قام بيجي لا بقى تو ياما من كندين صون بندي بنجن كتب بحر بوتبوما نتي دوما برامن كوتشن نانتي كيرو باسا سومني بيسول لا رجلا كرني لا شكر دوما ما كل أنتوني بيكو بجين شكر تو كاتت باين جيني مبرامن باسو بيمو كاتني جوكون كون هيلتو بها كبسون وزان وكان حال نبيمو يوم ولا كاتو كتبه كل سنة كبر كان سنسن ما هذا كان تو تري نيسون سمالا كا نيسون لا نجيم ما كبر كبرنا بخارا تري أسانسل نبينا سون تكتب بخارا لا نجيم فولنتير ما nah tu dan bersama ciri banyak lah macam nasi dah, kumbasi aja.
Okay, so I think there was a task force that the community implemented that usually go out there in the evenings to make sure that every young person, I think they had some categories, is not supposed to be seen in the night. I think after 9 p.m. or so, or even 8 p.m., you will be sanctioned by the task force, right? But unfortunately, they didn't get funding to sustain that because they wanted some working equipment that was not able to be provided for those people that usually go out in the night. So he's saying that if some of these things are implemented in the community, every child can be put inside. And also, Mr. Williams have said a lot about making sure that you need to be disciplined. You need to have a certain fear, or there should be a certain fear between you and your child, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be friendly with your child. Know when to be disciplined, know when to be a father, and know when to be a friend, because they need that kind of balance to be able to stay tuned with the right things or the right decisions that you want them to be in. And a key thing I think they have all mentioned is effective communication. If there is effective communication, these things or teenage pregnancy that we are all talking about can be reduced in the community. Now, let me take your final words. Everything that we have spoken about, what is the final words, the final advice you want to give to any father watching you, or the boys that are your sons, your daughters, your anybody? What is the final words you want to say?
So this time I will come back to my mother language, because I don't want people to say that I'm not a decent part of these people.
So you want to say that in Dagbani?
I want to say
Dagbani. Say it in English first and say it in Dagbani.
Let me say it in Dagbani.
Oh, so those who are listening to you, they want to hear your
I will
final.
start Dagbani, then I will end
Come
with
to English. Okay, so go ahead.
Mbone yella bidu araba nta sasha ta jemo de tuyani so kam zaha mal shilve yanga zankpa obe sasu polo dama tan pa shi sa shirmo be ma chandol palama pam ka kul pia larmo na ka bitu biana ka gar chon ka bitu biana shanto chan 12 o'clock yung 12 o'clock ka je ka bechan ganda dan ma zaha ntote bible pule so bible pule me ka trabo ande de to yimo ka ticha ka be ho yen chen mo ganda ula ka bible pule ka tento na ntole so masuna yupamti kaman bilamba yung yilam pai amna be yento jene kay defi la veyanga be ka yoti fitba be ko ka to ashena be ko ne relative ma pone ama kale sax behma be merka tele be shashel den ya gala de ban to sanga fu ne son ka be shashel bier fu ne ka be ma tole en lihra den ma zare yuel de ba me amala yen litif ma ta passage ka che ka be ma twedu te de en te don bi ama yung paya ka mne a pa do lihra tv ka be be samba ma de be non je yanga santi so sur la be lamba ne te pam te man pam yung ilam pa te me te be ma ka te jene de ma ka te jene de fila ama be ma ko jene de fila ka ba mama kare donc na yiwo de fila de ba mama san ka be ma bien garanyen de ba ma san.
Okay.
So I'm just advising to my colleagues this and the fathers that we should be always having the care of our children. We should always call them to come near to us so that whatever we have, then we share with them. In the night, if you don't have anything to do, you can on the TV for them. They will watch TV. Then it will come to a time that you tell them that they should go and then sleep. But if you just allow them to roam in the night, sometimes you can go this in the midnight. You see the children roaming around this in the corners. You can see them this in the boys roaming around the corners. That can cause this in the teenager pregnant to them. And then also the tremodus too. You can tell your children not to go near to it. You can just advise your children not to go near to that this tramadose. All these things can cause this whatever we don't want.
Yeah.
So I'm just appealing to my my colleagues fathers that we should always concentrate our children to be in the house, not to allow them to go out and then roam anyhow.
Okay.
Thank you.
So ni zang kwan la ba sheti bilamba de stumne pilgu de sumne te wote bi ma yorlam so ay yuro ko tunanga ka ba wa zalilo an shamma ma min europe amma ay pa na shamma una de men de butam kallan so yuro ma ikana fes ko tunanga ka yuro wum ka ban o yi mbana hin yelma mo don won yelma shamma de shibu do so de so chan chele ama ti bi wo te bi ha yolum ka kon san hal konko dan nan pyaba yo ama ti u che ka yolum ma kana ka bi ma ban o mba yolum pa kan ma bo so ko ma kan nan ko don wa de shi ka bi ha po nan ya ka bi ma chele de so pan la te bi lamba che ka te wo te bi ha yolum kan ton wo ba bi ha dama ali ti shanga bon va ti shanga bon va ma dunya din pyarba yin yare ke ka bukan bin shanga din ka bi hawpuni ne so ti dan ta bi ma tabletuma ngo ba ngo ai nan le mi mama di an twama nan bi hawpuni de ku ke ka sa tinya dan shi nira sa mun bi ti she kan yo tv nto gba comment program shanga ka do pa bu to jin nde nto ha bi ha to ami ti ka lo mbabi na ban ni obete ya ku bono saba bono
ala bola so okay so kan ana gbasi la ma oh so ala bo ba hora di ma kal ona bara okay
oh aya pa ma o yesu kuko cha ha ti za shi on jama yo o pa mo ma yo na se ye kan ku don da yo ka le ho ba ko be ni ma ni ko ko nu kembanin le abon la kan de yiro so kan nyam no so su ku jele ti yo kan ta jin ba kan yiro ben sha so ti nu bala dan pense ba ka de bon no ma sha she so bi ai din nan didi
okay
ba ka ba takma te ka ba takma kan yen da be yele bora nan ye shele te ya ta tar nan ye shele ta de kon ko ban nan ye ba re shele yen ba bi ma za ta so da di ya ndi de shor ba te demba biya ko ni ko che ko on ko yen di shema che ka nyel nan ko ta ka plon ta so ma ye to shele ba
So, of course, some of you must have heard us laughing. So he was giving an example of how he advises his kids, his whole family, and sits with them and then have a conversation with them on how they can reduce teenage pregnancy and all that. And he said that he sometimes frightens his last born, and he made a disclaimer that, well, he can't confirm if that is the last born or he's expecting another child to be their last born. So yeah, so they are saying that let's just pray that God gives us enough resources, financial resources, for us to be able to have for our kids. And when we actually have money, we should be able to be committed to giving to our kids and provide them everything that they would need to help them live healthy lives as young people, to not even think about getting into these kind of social vices, because hard drugs are one of the concerns that the parents have raised, and they believe that if these things can be reduced, teenage pregnancy can also be reduced in the long run. It has been an amazing conversation, speaking with some fathers from the Malchaku community here in Tamale. Mpaya pam inye saha nto kanatu zunjima. Te sula na wone intifila shalma za sojia kawumda den to awa hankalin ko bangne o te bana ma boborte be lambo gwa jia kawumda in yashama le gwa den to aba abdihago ka beto bonda ba family anjinda anang the discussions be conversations ka nang wode nang ka yurlam be lambo ne be sane. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with thoughts. Welcome to Thoughts from Martha Inspires. Today I'm speaking to my fathers. Every father out there, every male figure out there who wishes to be a father in future. I need you to understand that God is putting the mandate in your hands. How are you going to make time to make sure that that young person grows up to become amazing and outstanding? How are you going to make sure that this happens? All of us have a role to play. Or as Christians or as head of the house. So whatever the father says, fine. So we want to appeal to all our fathers. Pursue discipline in the home. If our mother says yes and you say no, we will listen to you. The mother will change and listen to you. But if you say yes and the mother says no, we are going to leave our mothers and listen to you. Make sure that you are leading us in the right way. Make sure that all the investments, taking care of a girl and junior high school gets pregnant, how would you feel as a father? Please help us. Help the young girls to become the ministers, the MPs, the presidents, the CEOs. Help us. It's not only the sons who are supposed to become the big men. How would you feel if your daughter drives a car to your compound and say, oh, father, it's a Salah, it is Christmas, and I have bought a car for you and mama? How would you feel about it? Please help our daughters reduce teenage pregnancy. Thanks for watching. I am Martha Inspires.